There's something uniquely disarming about being ignored, especially by someone you care about. It's a silence that doesn't just linger in the air, it seeps into your thoughts, questions your worth, and can leave you feeling powerless. But what if I told you this moment, as painful as it feels, is also an opportunity? An opportunity to transform your response, reclaim your power, and reshape your life. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy rooted in rationality and self-mastery, offers profound insights into navigating such situations. When she ignores you, the Stoics remind you that this is not the moment to spiral into self-doubt or anger. Instead, it's a chance to anchor yourself in principles that cultivate strength, clarity, and independence. The first and most essential step is understanding the core Stoic principle. Focus on what you can control. Epictetus, one of Stoicism's great minds, teaches us some things are within our power, while others are not. Her decision to ignore you falls squarely in the category of things beyond your control. But how do you respond? That's entirely yours to govern. This might feel like an abstract concept at first. After all, our emotions don't come with an off switch. When someone withdraws their attention, it's natural to feel hurt, confused, or angry. These emotions are valid. They're part of being human. But Stoicism doesn't ask you to deny your humanity, but to guide it with reason. Instead of being consumed by the need to interpret her silence, ask yourself, what story am I telling about this situation? Are you assuming her silence means rejection, failure, or inadequacy on your part? These assumptions are just that, stories. The truth is, her reasons are her own, and they might have little to do with you. This is where self-awareness becomes your greatest tool. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Your thoughts about her silence, not the silence itself, are what create your emotional response. Reframe your perspective, and you reclaim your peace. But how do you do this in practice? Start by grounding yourself in the present. When the pangs of hurt arise, pause and observe them. Don't judge yourself for feeling hurt, but don't let the feeling dictate your actions either. This process of detachment is key. Epictetus advises, if you are pained by any external thing, it is not this thing that disturbs you, but your judgment about it. Take a moment to reflect on your priorities. Who are you beyond this relationship or interaction? What are your values, goals, and passions? Her silence may feel like a void, but it's an invitation to fill your life with things that truly matter. Rediscover what lights you up. Channel your energy into pursuits that enrich your sense of self. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of self-respect. Seeking constant validation from someone who ignores you diminishes your sense of worth. When you prioritize your dignity over desperation, you begin to regain your footing. Ask yourself, am I chasing her attention because I value her, or because I fear being alone? There's a profound difference between the two. One of the most challenging aspects of being ignored is the uncertainty. Human beings crave closure. We want answers, clarity, and resolution. But life often denies us these comforts. The Stoics encourage us to embrace this uncertainty rather than fight it. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have to assemble your life yourself action by action." In practical terms, this means taking things one step at a time. Don't rush to fix or resolve the situation. Instead, focus on your immediate sphere of influence. Maybe it's completing a task at work, calling a friend, or simply going for a walk. These small actions, grounded in the present, remind you that life continues beyond this moment of pain. It's also worth reflecting on the role of expectations in your suffering. The more you expect someone to behave a certain way, the more you set yourself up for disappointment when they don't. This doesn't mean lowering your standards or suppressing your desires. It means recognizing that other people's choices are beyond your command. Epictetus put it plainly, don't hope that events will turn out the way you want. Welcome events in whichever way they happen. If she's choosing to ignore you, Accept this reality without resistance. Acceptance doesn't mean indifference. It means understanding that fighting reality only deepens your suffering. This is where the Stoic practice of amor fati, or love of fate, becomes transformative. Amor fati isn't just about enduring hardship, it's about embracing it as a necessary part of your journey. Her silence, as painful as it feels, is shaping you into someone stronger, more resilient, and more attuned to what truly matters. One of the most liberating realizations you can have is this: her silence doesn't define you. You are not the sum of someone else's attention or affection. Your worth is intrinsic, unshaken by external circumstances. When you stop seeking external validation, you begin to cultivate an inner peace that no one can take away. But this journey isn't easy. It requires discipline, reflection, and a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths. One of those truths may be that this relationship isn't serving your highest good. If her silence persists, ask yourself, am I holding on because I see potential or because I fear letting go? Letting go is not a sign of weakness, it's an act of strength. It's saying, I choose to prioritize my peace over my pain. This doesn't mean you stop caring for her, but it does mean you start caring for yourself more. As this silence stretches on, turn your attention inward. What are the areas of your life you've neglected? Maybe it's your health, friendships, or personal goals. Use this time to rebuild those foundations. The stronger and more fulfilled you become, the less her actions will hold sway over your emotions. The Stoics also remind us of the impermanence of all things. What feels overwhelming today will one day be a distant memory. Marcus Aurelius reflected on this often, writing, "Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth." Her silence, then, is just one perspective in the vast tapestry of your life. Don't let it overshadow the bigger picture. It's important to delve deeper into the practical ways Stoicism teaches us to turn moments of rejection or silence into opportunities for growth. If her silence has shaken you, this is the time to focus on resilience, self-awareness, and the power of choice. The next step in reclaiming your power is recognizing the value of perspective. When someone ignores you, it's easy to fall into the trap of seeing this situation as a defining moment. But the Stoics remind us that every hardship, no matter how painful, is fleeting. Marcus Aurelius emphasized this when he wrote, "How ridiculous and how strange to be surprised at anything that happens in life." This doesn't mean your feelings are invalid, but it's a call to remember that life is full of ups and downs. What matters is how you frame the experience. Instead of seeing her silence as a rejection, view it as a redirection, a chance to evaluate where you're heading and what truly aligns with your values. At its core, Stoicism is about living following nature. This means accepting that relationships, like everything else, are impermanent. People come and go, and their choices are often beyond our understanding or control. Epictetus advises, when something happens to you, remember to say, "It is what it is, not what I wanted it to be, but I will make the best of it." This principle is not about passivity, it's about agency. If she's ignoring you, don't waste time trying to decode her motives or win her attention. Instead, focus on your response. Take action that aligns with your integrity and self-respect. Reach out if you feel it's appropriate, but don't let her silence dictate your sense of worth. Now, let's talk about emotional independence. One of the most empowering lessons from Stoicism is that you don't need anyone else's validation to feel complete. Marcus Aurelius teaches us to find contentment within ourselves. Look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will ever bubble up if you will ever dig. This is a profound shift in mindset. Instead of seeking fulfillment from external sources, be it her attention, affection, or approval, you turn inward. Ask yourself, what can I do today to bring value to my own life? Whether it's pursuing a passion, building a skill, or simply practicing gratitude, these actions remind you that your happiness doesn't depend on someone else. But what about the lingering pain of being ignored? This is where the Stoic practice of journaling can be transformative. Writing down your thoughts and feelings allows you to process them without judgment. It creates a space for reflection and clarity. As you journal, focus on questions like, what am I feeling? And why? Am I making assumptions about her silence? What can I do today to strengthen my sense of peace? This exercise is not about finding answers, but about gaining perspective. It's a tool to help you navigate your emotions without being consumed by them. Another key aspect of reclaiming your power is setting boundaries. When someone ignores you, it's easy to fall into the trap of overextending yourself, sending multiple messages, overanalyzing your interactions, or compromising your own needs to win their attention. But Stoicism teaches us to act with purpose, not desperation. Epictetus reminds us, no man is free who is not master of himself. This means recognizing when your actions are driven by insecurity rather than intention. If you've reached out and received no response, step back. Respect their space, but more importantly, respect your own. The concept of boundaries extends beyond your interactions with her. It's about protecting your mental and emotional energy. Surround yourself with people and activities that uplift you. Seek connections that are reciprocal, where your efforts are valued and returned. In the face of silence, there's also great power in forgiveness, not just for her, but for yourself. Maybe you're replaying past mistakes, wondering if something you said or did pushed her away. While it's important to take accountability for your actions, it's equally important to forgive yourself. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." In other words, focus on who you are now, not who you were. Use this moment to grow, to learn, and to become the best version of yourself. As you move forward, practice gratitude. This might seem counterintuitive. How can you be grateful when someone you care about is ignoring you? But gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have. Every day, take a moment to appreciate the relationships, opportunities, and experiences that enrich your life. Gratitude also extends to the lessons this experience has taught you. Her silence, as painful as it is, has pushed you to confront your insecurities, reflect on your values, and reclaim your independence. These are gifts that will serve you far beyond this moment. Finally, remember that this too shall pass. The Stoics were deeply aware of the impermanence of all things. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Time is a river, a violent current of events, glimpsed once and already carried past us. The pain you feel today will one day be a memory." The key is to navigate this moment with grace and resilience. When she ignores you, it's not the end of your story, it's a chapter in your journey. A chapter where you discover the strength to stand on your own, the courage to face uncertainty, and the wisdom to let go of what you cannot control. So take a deep breath. Ground yourself in the present. Trust in your ability to move forward, not because of her silence, but despite it. The power to define your life is, and always will be, in your hands.